Dear students, I am Mary Benila from Bharat Institute of Law, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Today we are going to see about rights of arrested person from Criminal Procedure Code. Before we enter into the topic, we should know something about what is arrest and what are all the authorities has the right to arrest and what are the kinds of arrest available under CRPC. We should know these three concepts before we enter into the main concept of rights of arrested person. What is arrest? If any person committed any kinds of wrongful things against law has to be arrested. This is a common concept. So anything against law has done by any person, he has to be arrested. So if any definition available under CRPC, whether in CRPC we have any definition regarding this arrest, in a sense means we have no definition regarding that arrest. Other than that, we have the common concept of meaning of the concept like restraint, apprehension, as well as one person has to be arrested in the sense means he has to deprived of his life and liberty. He cannot move from one place to another place. So this is the concept of arrest. So we have not at all any other definitions regarding arrest except certain common meaning of the term arrest. So arrest in the sense means restrained. One person has to be arrested in the sense means he cannot move from one place to another place as his or her own wish. This is the concept of arrest. So next we should know something about what are the kinds of arrest available in CRPC. As per that view, if any kinds of arrest available in CRPC, in the sense means we have two kinds of arrest available in CRPC. What are the kinds in the sense means based on the offense committed by the person, it has to be classified as whether it is classified as arrest with warrant and arrest without a warrant. So based on the offense committed by the accused, it has to be classified as arrest with warrant and without warrant. So arrest without warrant in the sense means we should know something about what is non-cognizable offense. So arrest without warrant in the sense means the person who has committed any offense in the sense means the person, if he may be a police officer or magistrate or if any kind of private individuals has the power to arrest a person without warrant. In the sense means he has committed any kind of cognizable offense. So we should know something about what is cognizable offense and what is non-cognizable offense. As per section 2C of the Criminal Procedure Code, which defines what is cognizable offense. As per the definition, cognizable offense means a police officer can arrest any person without warrant is called as a cognizable offense. Regarding first schedule of the CRPC. First schedule in the sense means we have two schedules in CRPC available. So first schedule seeking what are the offense or called as a cognizable, non-cognizable. The offense in the sense means the offense which are comes under the Indian Penal Code. We have 511 sections in Indian Penal Code. The particular offences are classified as whether it is cognizable or non-cognizable, whether it is bailable or non-bailable, and whether it is compoundable or non-compoundable, and whether which court is tried those offences. All the details are available in the first schedule of the CRPC. So regarding the first schedule, the police officer can arrest any person without warrant is called as a cognizable offense, which defines under section 2 class C of the Criminal Procedure Code. So if the police want to arrest a person without warrant, in the sense means the accused has been committed the cognizable offense. So under that aspect, the police officer cannot wait to get a arrest warrant from the magistrate. So come to the non-cognizable offense. That means arrest with warrant. In the sense means, so as per section 2 class L of the Criminal Procedure Code, which defines what is non-cognizable offense. Non-cognizable offense in this sense means the police officer can arrest any person with warrant is called as a non-cognizable offense. So, if any person committed any kind of non-cognizable offense, the police officer cannot arrest a person without getting a warrant from the magistrate. So, as per the warrant, the arrest can be classified as arrest without warrant and arrest with warrant. So, under that aspect, we should know the concept of cognizable offense and non-cognizable offense. So, coming into the next point, those who are all the authorities and those who are all the persons or eligible to arrest a accused. It's the concept. So, those who are all the persons. First, we are all known about the police officers. It's the first one. So, you know, because the police officer has the power, has the duty to protect the law and order and duty to protect the people as well as. So they have the foremost duty to protect the people, and they have the power to arrest a person without warrant if any person committed any kind of cognizable offense. So as per section 41 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the police officer can arrest any person without warrant. If that accused can committed any kind of cognizable offense in the sense means, the police officer cannot wait to get a warrant. He can arrest a person without warrant. So, and what are all the grounds on which the police officer can arrest without warrant? In the sense means, the police officer receive any kind of valuable information regarding the offense, that cognizable offense, as well as the police officer can see any kind of offense committed in front of the police officer, he may get a power to arrest a person without warrant. So in that aspect, in the sense means he cannot wait to get a warrant from the magistrate. So he can arrest a person immediately before getting a warrant from the magistrate. So as per section 41, if any person committed any kind of cognizable offense in the sense means the police officer can arrest a person without warrant immediately. So in the next point, that section 42, which says the police officer can arrest a person if any person evading to give his name and address. Whenever the police officer asking or seeking about the name and address of the person, the accused person, if the accused person does not show or explain to the name and address to the police officer in the sense means, he has to be arrest the person immediately. He cannot wait to get a warrant from the who's that magistrate. So next we should know, next person, the authorities, those who are all having the power to arrest a person. Next we should know about them. We all are thinking like a police officer has the foremost person to arrest a person without warrant. Not like that. The magistrate also has the power to arrest a person without warrant. For example, we all thinking like a magistrate is judge, so he has the judicial officer. He cannot arrest any person without warrant like that. But magistrate also has the power to arrest a person without warrant. If any offense committed in front of him, or if any offense committed in front of the court campus or in front of the court, the magistrate himself order to arrest that person, or he himself arrest directly to that arrested person. So as per section 44 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the magistrate also has the power to arrest a person without warrant. Then a private person. So as per section 43 of the Criminal Procedure Code, any private person in the sense is any individual other than that magistrate as well as that police officer, any private person like individuals can arrest any person without warrant. For example, in front of any individual, any offense committed, for example, in that railway station or any bus stops or any public way, if any offense committed, any person can see that offense in the sense means he has the power to arrest a person without warrant. He cannot wait to get a warrant from that magistrate or those things. So he has to arrest that person immediately, and he has to produce that person before the magistrate immediately, nearby magistrate or nearby police station, all those things. So especially the police officers, the magistrate, as well as that private person has the power to arrest a person without warrant. If he has committed any kind of offense in front of all those persons, they have to take immediate steps to prevent that offense, etc. In that section 44, we speak, we saw something about the magistrate has also the power to arrest a person without warrant. Here, the magistrate in the sense means he may be a executive magistrate, he may be a judicial magistrate. That's not thing. Executive magistrate in the sense means he may be IAS officers or Tahsildar, all those things. And judicial magistrate in the sense means he may be a presiding officer of the court. Both the magistrate also has the power to arrest a person without warrant as per section 44 of the criminal procedure code. Next, we have to enter into the topic like what are all the rights of arrested. What are the rights are available to the arrested persons. Here, we should know arrested person in the sense means he is called as an accused. Accused in the sense means he is a suspected person. We should not know whether he is a criminal or he is committed the offense until it has been proved by the prosecution beyond reasonable doubt. As per the criminal law, that burden of proof lies on the prosecution side. The prosecution has to prove whether the crime is committed by the accused or not. What is that? Beyond reasonable doubt. And that aspect only the accused has to be convicted. Otherwise, the accused has to be acquitted. So, if the accused committed any offense in the sense means he is a suspected person who does not treated as a criminal. So why so many rights are prescribed to the arrested person in the sense means he has to be prevented from the illegal arrest and unlawful detention, as well as some kind of crucial or cruel treatment from the police side. So as per the aspect of so many rights are given to the arrested person or the accused person. So what are the rights are available as per the criminal procedure code? We have so many provisions regarding the rights of arrested persons. We can see one by one. So first thing, section 50, as per the section, a right to be informed. A right to be informed in the sense means if the police officer is going to arrest one person, he should be explained for on what grounds on which the accused is going to be arrested. That's an important point, because the arrested person should be known for what offense I'm going to be arrested, for which purpose I'm going to be arrested. That's an important thing, because the accused does not know for what purpose I'm going to be run in the sense mean it is some kind of rights embedded to the arrested person. So he must be informed for grounds on which I'm going to be arrested. He should be known that, because he is going to take further step. He maybe apply for bail, or he maybe get a discussion from his legal practitioner, all those things. So he should be known that for what reason or for what purpose he is going to be arrested. That is section 56. Next, section 75 of the CRPC. As per section 75, right to see an arrest warrant. Suppose the arrested person is going to be arrested as per the warrant issued by the magistrate. The sense means sometimes the accused may want to see that arrest warrant. He may ask the police officer to see that arrest warrant. In the sense means he may give a chance to see that arrest warrant. He may not able to he may not able to see that arrest warrant. He will give a chance to see that arrest warrant. So next we should know something about identification of the police officer. The next right. Whenever the police officer entered into the premises of the accused, he should wear his identification. he may be having some emblem or badge, all those things. He has to show us his designation like SI or inspector, all those things. He should show to the accused the identification of the police officer. That's the important right of the arrested person. And next, we should know something about like memo of arrest. At the time of arrest, the police officer must having that memorandum of arrest with him, because the memorandum of arrest having that and what are the offense committed by the accused person, and who is a complainant, and which date that offense has been committed, and next, what are the main important things regarding that offense, which are all comes under the purview of that memorandum of arrest. So whenever the police officer is going to be arrested a person, he is having with the memorandum of arrest. That is an important point. That next point, that section 41D and section 303 of the Criminal Procedure Code, which deals with the arrested person has the right to see his legal practitioner. If any arrested person wants to see his legal practitioner, for example, any advocates, if the arrested person want to get an idea about that offenses and further details like bail, or they want to get an idea about that further steps regarding the offense, in the sense means he has the chance to see his legal practitioner, and he may give a opportunity to get the idea from the legal practitioner. So no one is evaded, or no one is not allowed to permit that legal practitioner, in the sense means he may get a right to see his legal practice. Next is section 50A of the Criminal Procedure Code. Section 50A. As per section 50A, every arrested person has the right to examine by the medical practitioner. If he may be accused of the rape case or any other case, if the arrested person wants to medical examine, or the police officer want to medical examine that arrested person, in the sense means he has to be examined by the medical practitioner. No one is not allowed to that accused before the medical practitioner, in the sense he has claimed such kind of right to medical examine by medical examine by that arrested person. So next point we should know. Whatever it may be, once the arrested person has to be arrested by the police officer, he has to be produced within 24 hours before the magistrate, nearby magistrate, as per section 57 and 76 of the Criminal Procedure Code. So 24 hours in the sense means except that traveling times. So except that traveling times, within 24 hours, he has to be produced before the magistrate. That's an important thing, because these provisions which prevent the accused person from the custodial violence as well as custodial death. He has to be produced before the magistrate, and after that he has to be get some kind of that police officers may claim such kind of custodies or all those things from the magistrate. So within whatever it may be, they may be produced before the magistrate within 24 hours. So next, section 54 and 55A of the Criminal Procedure Code, the arrested person has to be medically examined as per section 54 and 55. And next, as per article 20 class 3 of the um, 20 class 3 of the Indian constitutional law, what are all the rights available to the accused or arrested person? As per the article 20 class 3, that accused person can prevent from the self-incrimination. No person is compelled the accused to give evidence against or to give witness against himself. That the police officer cannot compel any accused to give the evidence against himself. That means the accused person has prevented from self-incrimination. That's an important right of the arrested person. Then one more important point is legal aid. For example, if the arrested person has some kind of poor nature, some kind of poverty circumstances, in the sense means he has the opportunity to appoint as per the expenses of the state, legal aid given to the arrested person. May appoint any kind of advocate at the expenses of the state, some legal aid given to the arrested person. So these are all the important rights which are available to arrested person. So if any rights are violated to the arrested person, in the sense that they can claim through that writs or so many cases, criminal cases, they can claim that their rights are violated. So next we should know something about what are all the important rights available to the female accused. So normally, important rule or important rights of the female arrested person, in the sense means whenever a police officer is going to arrest him, female accused, the police must having some kind of lady constable with them. So once a female is accused, a police, a lady constable is arrested that female person. So with that police officer, one lady constable must be there with all that police officer. It's an important thing. So if there must be a police, that a female accused, there must be a female constable is available. It's an important right. Then next thing, that female police, female accused, in the sense means she cannot be arrested after sunset, before sunrise. So before sunrise, after sunset, one female cannot be arrested. Certain things, some extraordinary circumstances, certain important circumstances, it may be evaded to the female accused. Other than that, once we are going to arrest a female person, we cannot arrest that female before sunrise and after sunset. It's a common right. And next, if once that female is arrested, she has to be produced before the police station. The separate lockup is given to the female accused. That's an important thing. So that the female accused is treated separately. That's an important right of the female. And as per section 53 of the 53 class 2 of the Criminal Procedure Code, a female accused is examined by the female medical practitioner. He may be a any kind of offense committed by the female. He is going to be examined by the medical practitioner, in the sense means the medical examiner should be a female medical practitioner. That's an important right. Which are all the rights or special rights available to the females. So once woman is accused, so woman has such kind of rights. Which one? First one is he is with one one police constable is arrested with female, and at the time of arrest, one police constable is with the arrest. I mean, with the police officer, and she cannot be arrested before sunrise and after sunset. And separate lock-up rooms are provided to the female accused. And as per section 53, class 2, that female examiner should be, sorry, female accused should be examined by the female medical practitioner. So next we should know something about that important case laws regarding this rights of arrested persons. So what are all the important case law? First we should know such an important case law, D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal and others, because this is an important case from preventing that accused illegal arrest and unlawful detention, custodial violence, all those things. Because in this case only the Supreme Court issues so many guidelines regarding the rights of arrested person. Once we are going to arrest a person, arrested accused person, we should follow so many guidelines and rules and aspects. We should follow that aspects only we have to arrest that person. We all are know, because we should know to inform that arrested person regarding the grounds on which we are going to arrest, and if we arrested, we have to produce that person within 24 hours before the magistrate, and after that he may give a chance to file a bail against that case. So he may get a chance to get a bail, all those things, and he may give a chance to see his medical practitioner, and so many rights are available to the arrested person. So these are all the right. I mean, these are all the guidelines are imposed by the Supreme Court in this case only, in D.K. Basu case only. So in this case, the Supreme Court also says that if once the police officer or other person is not follow certain rules, in the sense being that police officer should follow some kind of disciplinary inquiries or departmental inquiries. In the same sense, he has to face some kind of contempt of court proceedings also. So as per that D.K. Basu versus West Bengal case, once the a police officer is not at all followed this kind of guidelines or rules or aspects at the time of arrest, he cannot follow all those things, in the sense that he has to face the contempt of court proceedings as well as departmental inquiry as per D.K. Basu versus State of West Bengal. So next we should know about Prem Sugla versus Delhi administration case law. In this case law, the accused has the right to has the right not to handcuff, except that extraordinary circumstances. The accused cannot be handcuffed. That's an important point. In rarest of rare case or some kind of crucial nature case regarding only, the accused can be arrested with handcuff. Other than that, no person should be no person is not get some kind of handcuffed. So we have so many provisions regarding that arrested rights of arrested person, but we have no definition regarding arrest, because arrest in the sense means we have to prevent one person to do further wrongful action. That is called as an arrest. We cannot have such kind of provisions or definitions. This is called arrest or that is called arrest. That we have no more definition regarding that arrest. But just we have to restrain certain person to do some wrongful act. So at the time of arrest, what are the provisions should be followed by the police officer or any private persons, all these things. If the private person has to arrest one person, in the sense means he has to produce that person immediately before the police station or magistrate. They will take further actions. So if we are arrested any person without warrant, we have to follow that guidelines and rules and aspects. If we are not followed, in the sense means if he may be a departmental or he may be a police officer, in the sense means he has to face some kind of consequences. So it is such an important concept in Criminal Procedure Code regarding rights of the arrested person, and each accused person can claim this rights through writs or any kind of criminal cases. In writs, they can claim their fundamental rights are infringed, like some kind of writs like the habeas corpus or mandamus, all those things. So, if any kind of rights violated, these arrested persons' rights are violated, they can get a remedy through Article 32 and 226 of the Indian Constitutional Law. They may get a remedy through before the High Court or Supreme Court through their fundamental rights are infringed, or they may get a constitutional right or infringed. Like, the basic necessities, because the accused is considered as a suspected person until then, which is proved by the prosecution in beyond reasonable doubts. So there's an important concept we have seen. We have to see some other important concept in some other video lectures. Thank you so much.